Yeah. I love my life. Oh, I love my body. Yeah, I love myself. Yeah. Welcome to the Shaft Show. And we are doing a beautiful live stream building a healthy, wealthy, sexy, sober, and fully healed community online and in real life. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the male loneliness epidemic. You know how women are saying, I don't need no man. And men, they need women, and if they don't have women, they die, apparently. According to statistics, more men are dying than loneliness than ever before. I mean, what's happening? Are you out there feeling lonely and wanting to kill yourself? Is this actually the truth, or is it more AI slop, or is it more misinformation that is separating men and women? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Put it in the comments below. So this is a huge topic. A lot of people in the manosphere and podcasts and everything like that are talking about the male loneliness epidemic. Now, if any of you have been watching my channel, you know that I was an incel. That's right. I was an incel. I was involuntary celibate, which basically means you couldn't get laid. That's it. And that term actually is a huge, it's a huge subculture. It's like a big thing that's spreading across the internet like wildfire. We can't get laid, and this narrative and the story is, and now you're gonna die. Is it true? Is it true? I would like to know if there's any truth in this. So when I was going through my 4-month incel period, which was from January the 3rd this year, for 4 months, so you know, someone do the maths, that's some month. And I didn't know what an incel was. This machine, I was writing a lot about my frustration of being single. Like, I am the dream man for a lot of women. I'm not 6 foot, I'm 5'7", so I'm averagely heighted for a British woman. So I'm 5'7", I make 6 figures, I had 6 abs. I have property, I'm successful, charismatic, funny. I'm certified in holding space for women. Pretty much like a therapist for powerful, sexy women. I'm really good at massage, yoni massage, giving pleasure. I have a huge spiritual CV. You know, I'm completely emotionally available. I got all the things that should technically get me a girlfriend, but I'm actually invisible to women. And I have a thing called a super relaxed nervous system. I'm chilled most of the time. I like to chill. I like peace. That's one of the highest priorities in my relationships, which makes me technically invisible to a lot of women. A lot of women are attracted to high spikes of emotions and dopamine and excitement. I provide that in the bedroom, but it takes a lot of steps to get me into that bedroom situation. That's where my problem lied. I didn't know how to get from, well, I don't say hello to anyone, so I have social anxiety, and I'm pretty much tick all the boxes of somebody that is an incel. But I also have my own platform. I'm an excellent public speaker. I know how to run retreats. I know how to do a lot of things that look like I don't have social anxiety, but I do have social anxiety. Mainly because I have permission to be on a stage. I get hired to go to places to speak. In normal life, I barely say hello to anyone. So I was trying to figure out why I was an incel. Why I couldn't get laid. And I found some interesting observations around society. And then this device started to listen to my biggest fears. And one of my friends wrote down on my comments, "You sound like an incel." And then I started getting all this stuff about why men are dying at a rapid rate, how women are the problem, and how it made me feel more fearful to approach women. So it fueled my insecurity around the opposite sex, which created more separation. So I believe that there is some kind of agenda where these machines are picking up what you're saying, it's hearing your biggest fears, it's multiplying it, and then feeding you more fear. It's trying to help you, but it's not helping you in the slightest, because it's multiplying. My biggest fear back then was women. I was afraid of women. I've been uh, heavily hit by the hashtag Me Too movement, and that made a lot of good men fearful to approach women. And I come from a place called England, and in England, there's literally signs on the underground that say, uh, "Don't stare at or look at anyone, else you could secretly send a message to the police and they could arrest you." It's you could Google image it. Adverts on the underground for staring. So there's all these little things that have subconsciously made men fear the opposite sex, to make them not want to approach women, which started to pick up on this device. And eventually, I started to fear women. I didn't feel safe around women anymore. And eventually, I went to Koh Phangan, hashtag Tantra Island, went to the ecstatic dance floors, and I felt more safer dancing with men rather than women. Now, I'm the guy that dances in the middle of a dance floor, making out with all the women. That was me 3 years ago when I was deep in the tantric vortex, Tantra Island. Now, I'm in normal society, hang around with normal people. Social anxiety is a real thing. A lot of people, especially men, find it really hard to approach. There's big statistics. Again, the machine's telling me what I want to hear, where less and less people are having sex. Gen Z are not even having sex at all. The frustration of women is real, because I hear it all the time, where men aren't approaching women at all anymore, and they can't understand why. So my machine is saying something, your machine is saying something, and the male loneliness epidemic might just be a lie, because this machine is giving me information that reinforces my beliefs. Now, I know it's telling me a lie, because after 4 months, I got laid. I finally had sex. It was amazing. We did a 1 hour ritual. We fell in love. It was great. And then I went to Europe, and European people are a little bit more relaxed, and I fell in love. And then I had a harem. And then my life has been incredible ever since. And now I'm even actually trying to have a baby. Like, that's how life rapidly changed. All because I lost my social media and I haven't been on my phone that much. So what does that say about actual reality? What does that say about information being spread and how much of it is true? So the male loneliness epidemic, is it true? Are men just dying because they can't get laid and committing suicide at a higher rate than ever before? Or is it a lie? From my personal experience, especially in the year of 2025, 4 months I was an incel. I was fearful of women. Next 4 months, I had a harem. I was living on heaven on earth, and I had the longest period of peace of my life. And it turns out women are really kind, respectful, and loving. I had a nice time. Best time of my life. And the last 4 months of this 2025, 12, yep, has been trying to become a father with a woman I love. I mean, it's great. There you go. What a turnaround. What a plot twist. So I would love to hear, it's more of a question for everybody. Is the male loneliness epidemic real? Are these phones lying to us? Is it listening to our problems and multiplying our fears? And if you are suffering from loneliness, there is a practice you could do, an 8-minute self-love practice that isn't being taught anywhere. It is called the Shaft method. This year I started doing it again, and I call it the ultimate cheat code. You can get whatever you want from this 8-minute practice, this very specific self-pleasure practice. It's the thing that made me retire for 7 years of my adult life. From 35 to 42, I decided to retire, and I was doing this very powerful biohacking skill that no one's teaching you. Dave Asprey talks about it now, but I've been mastering it for 11 years, teaching men how to do it for 11 years. One-to-one coaching is something that is the most important thing, mainly because I'll guide you through it and keep you accountable, because a lot of people they get the results in week 2 and they forget about it. They don't get the 8-minute practice that you're meant to do for the rest of your life. That's like important. And it is the opposite of what NoFap is teaching. It's the opposite of what semen retention is teaching. It's actually teaching you how to release your own oxytocin, how to fall in love with your own body. It's if you have chemical imbalance in your brain and are addicted to this phone, definitely masturbate. Have a nice time, but don't masturbate to porn or OnlyFans. If you want OnlyFans, find my page, Tantra Shaft. But if you are addicted to porn, this helps you get off porn. If you are in the hustle culture, this helps you relax your nervous system. If you are looking to grow your business, then this self-pleasure practice actually helps you multiply your business. If you're looking for love, this self-pleasure practice, because you're vibrating at a different frequency of love rather than fear and hate, then you become a little bit more magnetic. You'll notice a shift pretty much after 2 weeks, but that's when everyone stops. You got to do it for the whole month. So if you want to know more about the solution, if the male loneliness epidemic is true, if you want to know the solution, then click the link below, tantrashaft.com/God. There's a free booklet that you could get. There's a free book also available. There's also lots of free stuff on tantrashaft.com. If you want to quit smoking, if you need mantras, if you've got a difficult girlfriend, there's a texting app I have that you could help decipher her messages so you could reply back in a nice way. What else? There's so many things on our website, so check it out. So if you got some value from this, or if it spiked any curiosity about the male loneliness epidemic, noticing how these machines are lying to you, how to get out of these machines and meet cool people and create a happy, healthy, wealthy, sexy, sober, stylish community, then reach out. Let's have a little chat. If you liked what you saw, turn on your notifications, and I will see you in the next episode of The Shaft Show. And if you've got any questions, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear what the Shafties are up to. I want to know how you're all doing and how I can serve and support you. So thank you. I love you. And I set you free. Have a beautiful day.